Alright guys, welcome back. It's been a while. So this is our template of what we've gone over in the particular formation that we are dealing with. So, slowly but surely we have built a scheme. Okay, and one of you guys asked the question, I wish I could highlight it. I know I can, but I would have to search through the comments. But he asked, how do you go to develop a scheme? Well, I tend to pick a play that's decent against a lot of different coverages and go from there. Okay, and it's called, there's a theory, I think it's called constraint theory, which we will briefly touch on in this particular video. Okay, so why don't we move forward with the new play we're going to go over. So we went over arches and we create that from our slot out play where we motion our tight end in, we have him on a drag. So he goes in first and then our back goes over the middle to replace the drag going across the middle. And basically, that the arches concept or the follow concept is all about a receiver going inside and then another receiver coming inside after that. You're kind of horizontally stretching the defense. So take a look at this play here. If the defense has seen us run the concept over and over again, snap of the ball, it looks like we are going to run it again, right? At the snap of the ball. But we're going to see something a little bit different here as a defense. So your defense may start cheating on a particular concept. And when they start overplaying that inside breaking route by the drag pattern, this is where you play off of that and punish them with a different concept. It looks the same, okay, but it ends up turning into something else. So that's what constraint theory is all about. And all I did was I turned him into a whip route. So he looks like he's running the drag, but then he actually whips out. So that's a variation of arches you can run. It's not really arches anymore when you do it that way, but that's something you can utilize if you've been running arches all game. You can have your tight end run this little whip route. So it kind of looks the same off of the snap of the ball, but then he whips it outside. And as you can see, he can get some pretty good space against different coverages. So we'll run it again. I think I was trying this against different coverages. And as you see, we can get to the outside. So that's something you could play on after running the follow concept for a while. Now let's run something else. Right here at the snap of the ball, what does this look like we are running? It looks like we're running the same concept. But then our tight end whips out, but then also take a look at the running back. He's not running the post anymore, right? He's not running over the middle of the field on that Texas route. He's actually turning outside into the flat. So if you think about it, the concept arches or follow, we have two routes going inside, right? The tight end on the drag and then the running back on the Texas route to replace. And now we run something to where we have a route going to the outside, the flat, along with a second route going to the outside as well, a whip route by the tight end. And I run this concept with the play that we have in our formation called post trail. So now we are building off of our two inside route concept with now a two outside route concept. We have a flat, we have the whip, and then we have an outside post by the number one receiver. And then on the backside, we have two inside sitting type routes. One is a hitch, and then one kind of curls over the center / guard. Okay, and the read on this play, I treat it like a progression read play. Okay, is I read 1 to the flat, 2 to the whip, 3 to the post, and then if it's a double high type of deal, I do 1 to the flat, 2 to the whip, and then 3 to the backside sit down route by our number 2 on the weak side. Okay, now you can just read 1, 2, 3, 4, as in right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, but your eyes have to be pretty quick on reading this. So essentially, we really want to get to the back. We want the back to outflank the defense. So another thing you can do is you could just read the second defender in, and if at the snap of the ball you notice that he doesn't leverage to the outside, he doesn't play to the outside into the flat, you can immediately get ready to throw to your back. So right here I'm looking, and I just immediately throw to the back because that second defender in hung inside. Okay, and you're hoping that the outside post holds the corner. You just get rid of the ball pretty quickly. Right here, you notice how the second defender in is chasing the back. So we just throw it to the outside because he's out leveraged him to the outside, and we pick up a decent gain against cover one man. Second defender in, there's no way he's going to be able to cover that outside flat route, so I just throw it to him for an easy gain. The whole goal of this play is just to get a completion, get the ball to our playmakers in space, and then hopefully break some tackles to pick up some yardage, right? So if you need a quick 4, 5, 6 yards, you want to get the ball out as quick as possible. Second defender in, we're eyeing him down. Okay, and this is where I make adjustments on the backside. Now it looks like he checked into something else, and right away when we see that second defender end come down to blitz, we just immediately get rid of the ball to our receiver. So this is a 5. See how he blitzed there? Now when the second defender in out leverages the back, and then we get to our number 2, right? So you see here, you see how the second defender in clearly out leveraged the back to the flat. We'll watch it again really quickly. Watch this defender here. Snap the ball, and notice how he is definitely on the outside of our receiver. So then we look for our number 2, who will run right into the area that the second defender in vacates, right? So it's kind of like an inverted arches deal. We're sending 2 to the outside, okay, which is a great follow-up to running the inside 2 breaking routes with our slot out play. So there again, you can rewind that and watch. Notice I'm playing games with my user. My opponent was getting pissed with the plays that I was running, so he started selecting this player. And notice how I threw to the number 2 read because he outplayed and overplayed to the outside. I run the same play again, and look how he wants to hang inside for that, for the whip route, and then I throw to the outside. We make it to where he's never right in a zone. That's the problem with spot drop zone, guys. You can put defenders in the conflict to where they're never right, and there's nothing that they can do. So now we're going to see some instances of throwing to our 3 on the skinny post. Okay, well, it's not really a skinny post. It's really just a quick post. And right there, I didn't like 1, I didn't like 2, so I got my eyes to 3, and I ripped it into 3. Okay, we have a good receiver on the outside who could beat press, and he destroyed the corner on the outside. Okay, so here I am. I'm getting ready. I don't like 1. I didn't like 2. Got my eyes right on 3. And the benefit of the throwing to the 3 is he's running a post, and we're kind of high-lowing that area of the field with the whip and the post. Okay, so you can watch it here and notice. Maybe I will slow it down so you can see it. But with this play, we get a natural high-low in this area of the field with the whip route turning to the outside and the post hitting right over the top. So if they are in zone, right, like a cover 3, that hook curl defender will drive on that whip route a lot of the times, opening up a nice tender spot to rip the ball into that quick little post. So as you see here, my opponent had enough for this game in like the first quarter. I don't think I even scored in that game yet. I think that was like my first drive. I think I got an interception, and he was pissed. Okay, so again, you can rewind that and watch how we rip it to our 3rd read in the play. Now when you're playing against cover 4, I want you to notice how we get to our 4th read eventually. Here I just threw to the 1st read, but against like a soft drop cover 4 like that, this is where we can end up going to our backside spot up route by the number 2 on the weak side, right? Snap 1, could have threw 1, didn't throw 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, and I say 3 because I knew he was in cover 4, so I took post out of the picture, and I was just going to read flat to whip to backside, inside, hook up. Okay, and it just opens up very nicely against cover 4 drop type coverages. So that's the video, guys. That's just another play we can drop into the bucket. Okay, and here I'm just showing how you can throw, you can tag the backside with whatever you want. We can be running our concept on the strong side over here. Okay, so like this would be our concept side to the right, but then you can tag the backside with whatever you want. Here I decided to tag it with a Haas concept, and I decided to work The Haas concept being that he was in single high, and I ripped it to the seam pattern, okay? And I believe in the video before that, I threw to the curl, right? So I'm gonna leave it at that. I mean, just a quick video. This play isn't too fancy, but it's a great play to add to our toolbox because it kind of complements our follow concept that we run with our drag Texas route combination. So I'll leave it at that. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you keep coming back, man. Peace.